Welcome to the Passing Report Data Wage Type Posting Comparison video. This video is an illustration on how to use the Passing Business Productivity tool utilising the Report Data application to compare the assignment of wage type postings at different time intervals. The video will also outline the process for obtaining HR wage type mapping to FI General Ledger accounts and the processing steps involved to highlight the identified changes in the summary report. To produce the wage type posting comparison from the source SAP program RPDKON00, input your selection criteria for the fields country grouping, wage type, company code, and key date. Under Output, select the Display as Variable List checkbox. Select Menu Program and choose the Program in Background option. Once the program has completed, go to Spooled Lists, SAP Transaction SP02 and save the output as an Excel file. We have created a short extract for demonstration purposes called HR FI Wage Type Posting.Excel file. Once you've opened the Report Data application, all processing is performed using the Add-ins tab and menu Passing Comparison application. Select option Load RPT datasets from external files. The Dataset Load wizard is used to load the datasets into the RPT Data 1 and RPT Data 2 worksheets. Select the Next button. Select the Open External File button and choose the first file you wish to load from the browser window. Select a sheet name, in our example, MarPost. Select OK to continue. A message will be displayed indicating the file has been loaded. Select OK to continue. Select Next to load the second dataset. Select the Open External File button and choose the second file you wish to load from the browser window. Select a sheet name, in our example, FebPost. Select OK to continue. A message will be displayed indicating the file has been loaded. Select OK to continue. Select the Next button. Another message will be displayed indicating the RPT Data 1 worksheet has loaded the MarPost dataset and the RPT Data 2 worksheet has loaded the FebPost dataset. And select the Finish button. You can now see that the datasets have been loaded and the application is ready to select the operator defined key. At the main menu, select the defined key fields to process from the RPT Data 1 worksheet. In our example, we use the defined key fields wage type, symbolic account, and company code. Select wage type, symbolic account, and company code and click the bold font format. Our value column to compare is GL account. Select GL account and click the underline font format. The RPT Data 1 and RPT Data 2 worksheets are ready to process the results. From the menu, select Passing Comparison Application and Process Datasets. The cell changes identified and comparison summary reports are selected by default. Select the Transposition Proposals and Review QA Error Log checkboxes and select the Produce Report button. On processing completion, the application will display a message of confirmation. Select Yes to continue. A message will be displayed to confirm the selected key fields being wage type, symbolic account, and company code, and value column to compare by GL account is correct. Select OK to continue. The following message will be displayed to confirm datasets and implement the defined key fields. This message also confirms that the reports are produced for the processing run and highlight any null key entries found, duplicate key entries encountered, and any defined column entries for review. Select OK to continue and select the Cancel button. The output is placed into the Results worksheet. The result worksheets show in the RPT Data 1, the yellow represents changes between the RPT Data 1 and RPT Data 2 worksheets. The orange will reflect any formula errors encountered and the blue represents new entries. In the RPT-Data2 worksheet, again, the yellow represents changes. The orange is formula errors encountered, and the green are entries in the RPT-Data2 worksheet which are not in the RPT-Data1 worksheet. The RPT Data Summary worksheet highlights each defined key element, the associated column header, and also displays all changes by dataset, cell location, cell content, and the type of change in comparison to each dataset. This worksheet provides a visual representation of data influx, data leakages, and any data differences. To explain in detail, for display purposes, we will hide the located cell positions. As can be seen, the cell highlighted in orange with the key entry wage type 1000, symbolic account 9901 and company code US10, the record field GL account in RPT Data 1 contains an error value, and for the same key in RPT Data 2, the value to compare field GL account has the value 20000. The new entries found, highlighted in blue containing an N, for the key wage type 1050, symbolic account 9901 and company code AU01, in the field company code, we can see in RPT Data 1 there is a value AU01 with no matching entries for the same key in RPT Data 2. The same scenario applies for the field TRS, which has a value HRC, and there is no corresponding entry in RPT Data 2. This can also be seen for the field GL account, short text company name, W type text, etc., have values in RPT Data 1 with no corresponding entries in RPT Data 2. The changed entries found highlighted in yellow containing a C for the key wage type 1500, symbolic account 9955 and company code QA50 in the field V, we can see in RPT Data 1 there is a value plus where there is a value minus for the same key in RPT Data 2. The same scenario applies for the key wage type 1510, symbolic account 9960 and company code AU01 for the field GL account, which has a value 20001 and a corresponding entry 20020 in RPT Data 2. This can also be seen for the remaining entries highlighted in yellow. The deleted entries found, highlighted in green containing a D, for the key wage type 1510, symbolic account 9960 and company code QA50 in the field EGADTXT, COCD, etc., we can see in RPT Data 1 these cells are empty. This shows for the same key there are entries in RPT Data 2 such as MGMT Corp and QA50 which are not held in RPT Data 1. The RPT Data QA Error Log worksheet identifies any cell values found in the Value to Compare field, in our example the GL account field, that are not numeric. It will also identify the worksheet, the key, the cell contents, and the ID type, these being either non-numeric, formula error value, or null value entries. The current compared to previous and previous compared to current worksheets highlight the changes identified by key and column header. Note the cell contents are displayed together side-by-side representation for easy identification of differences and that the format in RPDKON00 and RPDKON00 are segregated with a pipe delimiter. Also highlighted is the key used in application processing as displayed in the last column. The RPT Data Transpose Check worksheet displays any changes found by corresponding key for the underlined value to compare defined field, in our example GL account, where a numeric transposition has been identified. Again, for display purposes, we will hide the located cell positions. In our example, a transposition has been identified and highlighted in purple. The value to compare field, GL account, we can see for the key wage type 1995, symbolic account 9001 and company code QA50. In the field GL account in RPDKON00, there is a value 20041 with the corresponding key in RPDKON00 has a value 20401. On completion, to save the results to an external file, select Export Data Backup. This saves the file into the current application directory with the date and time stamp and number of worksheets. Select OK to continue. This concludes the video illustration for producing the wage type posting comparison report using the report data application. We trust this short demonstration has been of benefit and highlights the time saving and processing advantages gained when using one of the applications from the Passing Business Productivity Toolset. Thanks for watching. A comprehensive manual, test scripts and trial programs are available from our website. This video is proudly presented to you by the team at passing.com.